Hello, Detroit Lion fans. Welcome to the Detroit Lions Tortured Fan Podcast. I'm your host, Barry Schumer, author of the book, I Don't Believe It, We're Good, The New Detroit Lions. You can get it at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Thanks for joining me today. This is my 7th episode, and if you like what you've been seeing, please subscribe to the podcast and hit like and maybe share it with your friends if you think it's interesting. I'd appreciate it. Today, I need to start out by correcting a few mistakes I've made in previous podcasts. One, the field goal that Edinger kicked 53 yards, our number 14 tortured fan moment, was actually in Detroit. I said it was in Chicago. That's not accurate. The Miracle in Motown, which is our number, well, it must be somewhere between 16 and 18. That was in 2015. I said it was in like about 8 years ago. It was a little bit longer than that, 11 years ago. The other mistake was that it was Darryl Rogers in 1988 after the Tampa loss, and we were prevented from going to the playoffs, that said, what's a guy got to do around here to get fired? Darryl Rogers, the ex-Michigan State coach, not Bobby Ross. I said it was Bobby Ross. Bobby Ross was the coach from 1997 to 2000, but I still stand by my Bobby Ross imitation. And I did say that our first round draft choice out of Clemson, Blake Miller, was going to be playing right guard. Obviously, that's right tackle. So that corrects a few of my boo-boos. Let's start after that with the big news about Terrion Arnold being released from the Lions. Just shocking. I don't know what gets into these athletes who have this dream life that they worked so hard for in their life, make these terrible decisions in their life, and give away what was an amazing potential for the next 10 years. Now, he was our first round draft choice 3 years ago, starting cornerback. It's going to hurt the team. Even though he had problems with pass interference penalties, he's a great athlete. Now, knowing the NFL, he'll probably sit out a year if he's not in prison from this charge of kidnapping. And he'll probably get back in the NFL, but it'll probably be for a lot less money, I'm guessing. So that is the big current news for the Lions. I'm going to go right into my next 3 picks, my next 3 tortured moment picks based on my sense. And we're going to go 21, 20, and 19. We've gone through 18 in the first 6 podcasts. So here we go at number 21. A fan is roughed up at Ford Field for holding a Fire Millen sign in 2005. That was during the Millen era that was pretty disastrous. Went down as one of probably the worst general manager, not only in football, but possibly in all professional sports. My buddy back in Detroit knows Matt Millen, says he's a great guy, but just was not successful at all as a general manager. He was also a great football player. I believe he won 3 Super Bowls with Washington and San Francisco. Anyway, those were not good times in 2005 when fans had just had it with Millen and wanted him fired. Okay, the number 20 tortured fan moment was in Seattle in 2015 when Detroit was playing in the playoffs. That was again about 11 years ago. And you might remember, those of you that watched that game, Seattle batted a ball out of the back of the end zone. And that should have been Lions ball, 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, but it just wasn't called. Was it missed? Was it fixed? We don't know. But it was an obvious penalty, as though the refs didn't really know the rules, or they ignored them for some reason. It was a close game. I think we lost 13-10. And let's see now. Again, that was basically another screw job for the Lions. Okay, my number 19 all-time tortured fan moment is the 24-game road losing streak the Lions had from 2000 to 2003. Remarkable that they lost 24 games in a row on the road for 3 straight years. That record's going to stand. I'm not sure it'll ever be broken, but I guess you never know. That was painful. Again, from 2000 to 2003, losing 24 straight road games. Okay, so another interesting Lions story I want to tell you was about Rob Parker, the well-known sports writer, I believe for the Detroit News. This was many years ago during the Rod Marinelli regime, and he was suspended after a post-game press conference. He asked Marinelli, "Do you wish your daughter had married a better defensive coordinator?" And Marinelli did not like that, nor did the Lions, and Parker got suspended. I think his son-in-law, I think it was Joe Barry, was the defensive coordinator for the Lions, and defense was not playing well. But Rob Parker, interesting guy. He has his own show in Los Angeles now. I've been on his show before. Nice guy. And he just sort of had the balls to say something pretty direct to Marinelli in a roundabout way, criticizing his defense. Okay. Another thing in Lions folklore, the 2008 perfect season when we went 0-16. That was really something. The Lions have a record of futility in many areas for being the worst in the NFL in history. That was one of them, and I was not happy when the Cleveland Browns in 2017 matched the 0-16. I wanted that record of futility all for ourselves. You know, if you're going to have a record, if we can't have the great records, let's at least hold on to the records of futility. I believe the Tampa Bay Bucks also went 0-14 when they were playing 14 games. But the Lions were first to go 0-16. So we'll always be the first with that. We can be proud of that. So again, let me just remind you to please take a look at my book. I think you'll love it. It's got amazing stories from 1970 through just a couple years ago about what's happened to the Lions, to the Lion fans. Great stories, great games, some great interviews that were on in the book. And please, please subscribe to my channel. I need to build numbers to keep this going. So if you like what you see, please do that and share it with friends. So I want to bring my little friend Jinxie off the shelf here. Jinxie, how you doing today? He's all rested up. He's all rested up from working very hard. He was working very hard getting ready for the opening of training camp July 20th. They did a lot of pump and iron and stuff like that, and he was just really tired for the last podcast, but he's recovered from that, and he's ready to go hard at it again to get ready for the preseason. And Jinxie, this is story time. We're going to have story time with Jinxie as part of the podcast. And the story I have for today has to do with Jared Goff, one of my favorite Lions. I just think he's a fantastic quarterback and a really good guy. He was the first quarterback in NFL history to have 2 games with 400 yards passing and a perfect rating of 158.3. Nobody's done that twice. He's the only quarterback to ever do that, and so that's amazing. I love stats like that. He's also the only quarterback in history to throw for over 400 yards, have 5 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Okay? And still he lost the game. I believe that was at the Houston Texans. That was just a couple years ago. It was amazing to watch that. 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, and we lost. So, and as a Los Angeles Ram, when Goff was with the Rams, he had a game where he threw for over 500 yards. Now, other quarterbacks have done that, but that's not too easy to throw for over 500 yards. He was 48-5 for 68 in that game, but the Tampa Bay Bucks still won. I think it was like 56-40. So amazing that stats alone do not win games, right? So Jinxie, do you agree with me that Jared Goff is just a fantastic quarterback? Okay, I think so too, Jinxie. Oh, your head snapped back. Be careful. Um, okay. Well, you go back on the shelf. Get ready for your next workout because our boys are coming to camp in just a little over 3 weeks, and you better be ready, right? Right, Jinxie? No sloughing off here, okay? Okay, fans. Well, there's story time with Jinxie. There's our 7th podcast. Appreciate you watching, and I hope you like it. And we're going to have some very interesting podcasts when our season starts September 13th. I'm getting warmed up, getting my style down for the podcast, getting the technology ready to receive emails from you and be able to post script up on the screen. And we're going to have a great time this season leading up to Super Bowl 61, February 14th, 2027 at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. And I'm telling you, I plan on our Lions being there. Take it easy. See you next time.